everyone, and welcome to Sock Season Week 10, December 3rd through 9th, 2023. I'm Carol, host of A Stitch in Time podcast, and I can be found on Ravelry as Knits and Pearls. I know many of you are now working with your Advent yarns and opening up your holiday mini collections each day. So I thought it would be fun this week to share socks that I have made from my own Advent yarns from past years. So I've only ever owned one official Advent skein, and it's this one from the Cozy Knitter. This is on the Bliss base, and this is the skein from 2019. I purchased it at Knit City, Vancouver, and it was one of the things that was on my shopping list. So I was very happy to be able to pick up a skein. I knit these socks from December 1st through 24th and had them finished in time to wear on Christmas Day that year. It's a top-down 64 stitch sock with a 1x1 rib and an afterthought heel. I don't remember for sure, but I have a feeling I did the afterthought heel as sort of a forethought heel partway through my sock, so that once I Kitchenered the toe on Christmas Eve, they would be good to go. Most likely I took the yarn from the other end of the skein, but honestly, I can't remember. It's been too long. Why don't I bring this in a little bit closer? And you can see all the different colors that went into that year's skein. Now, all of the socks this week are stripy, and it doesn't take a lot of imagination to picture them on my feet. So this week, I'm just going to show them to you on sock blockers. So there is the first sock for this week. 2019 was also the first year I had a mini skein to open each day of Advent, and it was so fun. I purchased the Fiber Nymph Dyeworks Holiday Harmony mini collection, and throughout December I worked on the Adventurer Scarf by Amba O'Brien. I had chosen to get my collection on a variety of bases, including Bounce, Bedazzled, which is the sparkly base, and Mountain Tweed. So not only did I have a new colorway to open each day, I also had a different base. This turned out to be such a bright and fun chevron scarf, which goes with everything, as you can see. So with the leftovers, I knit myself a pair of scrappy Advent socks. You can see they're very long, longer than my usual socks, because I guess overestimated how much yarn to use for each stripe. And I wanted to be sure to use every color. So I knit these from the toe up, starting with day 1 and ending with day 24. And for the heels, I used some leftovers from a Fiber Nymph Dyeworks sock blank, and I thought it worked perfectly because it was multicolored. So I'm going to bring these in closer so you can see all the different yarns. I did not use this yarn in my scarf. Instead, I substituted yarn from a different Fiber Nymph Dyeworks sock blank, but I did include it here in my scrappy socks. So, like the scarf, these are bright and cheerful and fun to wear. So this year with my collection, I also purchased the day 25 skein, and I chose the Bounce base, and the colorway is Winter Comforts. I kept this under my Christmas tree and opened it Christmas morning, and then I knit these socks throughout January and February the following year. So this is my usual top-down 2x2 ribbed plain vanilla sock with a traditional heel flap and gusset. Bring those in closer too, so you can see this stripe's got a little bit of speckling to it. So I'll be wearing those this week. In 2020, I once again purchased the Fiber Nymph Dyeworks Holiday Countdown collection. This time it was called Holiday Pops, and it featured alternating skeins of solid or tonal colorways with speckled colorways. And it was designed so that each speckled colorway went with the yarn before it and after it, and day 21 coordinated with day 24 so that you could knit a circular project with it if you wished, which is what I chose to do. I converted the Adventuresome Wrap by Amba O'Brien into the Adventuresome Cowl. Unfortunately, I don't have it to show you. I gave it to my granddaughter last year along with a matching scrappy hat, but I will put a photo in here for you to see it. And then once again, I used the leftovers to knit myself a pair of scrappy Advent socks. Again, I worked these from the toe up, beginning with day 1 and ending with day 24. And then I used some complimentary leftover yarn from Fiber Nymph Dyeworks for the heels. Again, it's my 64 stitch plain vanilla sock. So let me bring those in so you can see. So hopefully, I'm not sure how good the lighting will be, but this stripe features blue and purple speckles. This one has this color and this green and so on. So once again, a really fun, bright, cheerful holiday countdown collection. And I just think the socks are so fun, so pretty. And day 25 skein was equally bright and cheerful and speckly. Once again, I waited until Christmas Day to open it, and then I knit the socks in January of 2021. So I again chose the Bounce base, and this is the Feathers and Tunes colorway. So I knit these socks from the top down. I did an afterthought heel, my usual 2x2 rib rounded toe, but these just my colors for sure. And I'll bring them closer so you can see the speckles. Now my white stripes next to the red have discolored a little bit, and I think that's from letting them soak in the wash water a little too long one time. Do you ever do that? Put something into soak and then forget about it? Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the beauty of them. And I always enjoy wearing these. In 2021, I couldn't resist ordering the Winter Magical Holiday Countdown collection from, wait for it, Fiber Nymph Dyeworks. And this time I ordered the Bedazzled base. I didn't work with this collection until later in 2022 when I wove it into a scarf. I used the yarns from the collection for the warp, and then in my stash I had a skein of self-striping yarn from Fiber Nymph Dyeworks in the Bedazzled base called Don't Tell Him It's a Rainbow, and it coordinated perfectly with the collection. I was so happy with how this scarf turned out. It was exactly as I'd imagined, with a subtle plaid pattern throughout. Bring that a little bit closer and hopefully you can get a better look at the colors and maybe even pick up a sparkle or two. So I had some leftovers from this project, and of course I had to knit myself a pair of scrappy Advent socks with it, and here they are. So once again, I knit these from the toe up using, starting with day 1 and finishing at the top with day 24. This time I had the previous year's socks to use as a template, and so I was able to work up the correct length, and this time I did use some of the yarn from the collection for the short row heels. So again, I'll bring those in closer. I think that was one of my absolute favorite ones. But there were so many pretty yarns in this collection. And I, again, ordered a day 25 skein. This time I also ordered it on the bedazzled base, and this is the Winter's Shadows colorway. So I knit these from the top down, my usual 64 stitch plain vanilla sock. And then I had some yarn left over from a different sock set from Nymph Dye Works, and I used that for coordinating short row heels. It was just the perfect gray to match the dark gray stripe in the socks, so, or in the skein, I should say. And so bring those in closer too. And so that is the 7th and final pair of socks for this week. As always, you can find links to my Ravelry project pages for all of the projects I talked about today down below, in addition to links to the blog and the A Stitch in Time podcast Ravelry group. If you enjoyed this episode, please do like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see more knitting and crafting, be sure to check out regular episodes of A Stitch in Time. Thanks so much for watching today, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.